We're continuing our love series. For future reference, after we continue our love series, I'm going to actually be making a commercial for it later. We're going to be sharing it around Facebook as a kind of an infomercial for Renewed. But we're going to be talking about weird. How Christians have been called to a weird lifestyle. Why? Because normal isn't working anymore. We're going to talk more about that in the future weeks. But I was thinking of a catchy sermon title for tonight. Talking about love and anger, and how anger is pretty much stupid. So here you go. Hashtag, you mad, bro? You mad, bro? That's funny stuff. Do you even live? No. You mad, bro?
Next slide.
Why are we always so angry? Is it because we're teenagers?
Yeah.
All right, we're done. Dear God, thank you. Let's pray. Now that we've come to this conclusion, and we know it's just emotional teenage problems, hormones, they're raging yet. Is anger a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, these will be rhetorical. All right. Yes. Does God care that we're angry? Did Jesus get angry? You know, these are all valid questions that we have to confront if we are to see how to love, how anger relates to it, because anger does have something to do with love. And we'll get to some of the biblical examples that shared that. But if you got your Bibles, turn with me to Genesis 4. We're going all the way back to the beginning. Genesis 4, you can turn in them or turn them on, but after we're done reading it, I know when we're done reading it, you put them back in your pocket. Understood?
Yes, sir.
There you go, Matthew got it. Genesis 4, 6 through 7. Because here's the deal. I know some of you are probably texting. You've probably already been texting. So I'm just going to start calling you out. How does that feel? I'm not saying be a narc, but I will call you out. Genesis 4. Genesis 4, 6 through 7. You about to sneeze?
No, I had to pee.
I was like, you okay? I thought a sneeze was coming. My bad. All right. I'm going to read. The Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you. You must rule over it. Real simple. I'll read it again. Genesis 4, 6 through 7. The Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your face fallen? AKA, you mad, bro? Why are you pouting? Okay? If you do well, will you not be accepted? Talk to you more about a blessing there. If you do well, will you not be taken care of? If you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it. Just so you know, it's not at the point yet where Cain is going to murder his brother Abel. But I think, to really look at these questions, we have to kind of look at ourselves. This goes for believers and unbelievers. Because whether you are a Christian or whether you are not, you are going to get angry. Somebody's going to rub you the wrong way. Somebody's going to tick you off. Somebody's going to post something on Facebook you didn't like. Somebody's going to tweet at you. Somebody's going to yik-yak about you. But there's two questions that I think we need to kind of talk about. And the first one being, why am I angry? Why am I angry? I've had a couple days, in my friendship lifetime, all 22 years now. 22 years and about a week. And, come on, chill. Tough crowd. Anyway. That I've been so angry, I forgot why I was angry. And you think back to that and you go, that's so stupid. Wow, I've done that too. There's been days where I'm just so agitated, I don't know why I'm angry, I just feel angry. I bet if some of the times when we get angry, whether it's with somebody or with a relationship, that they would understand that what they're angry, what the reason for them being angry is actually quite stupid. It's actually just not even fathomable. It doesn't make sense to be angry at it. A lot of us just get angry and we just go with it. For boys, we kind of lean in behind the physical. We're just like, okay, all right, I'm angry. I'm going to kill somebody. I got to get this off my chest. I'm going to destroy somebody. That's like me looking at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Even though Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made me mad, I'll look at Dwayne "The Rock", I don't know, I'm going to kill you. And Dwayne looks at me and giggles. And does that thing. Okay? And girls, they kind of just like, well, they just start talking. You giggle. Wait till you get on the other side of a girl getting mad at you. They'll talk, and they use their words more. I've seen it reversed, where you get on Yik Yak or Facebook or Twitter, and now that's your public forum to rip whoever you want to, and you think you've got it right. Right? That's what it is. Am I breaking toes yet? Why am I angry? What's the reason? What's the deal? God even asked this question. God asked, why are you angry? Why has your face fallen? He's concerned about Cain. He knows what anger leads to. Tell him I said, hey. You got it? All right, cool. Why would God do that? Simple. God's just trying to figure out why. We put these reasons behind this, like, why am I angry? Well, they did me wrong. It's not fair. She said this, or he said that, or she did this, or he did that. Get over it. For a lot of you, it's just teenage junk that you don't even worry about. Because in about 4 years, you'll forget it. Or for some of you, it's less than a year. There were countless times I was mad in a relationship with somebody. Those people I don't even talk to anymore. Mad in the moment for a stupid reason. Because you're in high school. Enjoy it. Some of you are in middle school. Enjoy it. Don't spend your days walking through the hallway ticked off at people. You'll watch more relationships with friends crumble because you wouldn't let something go. Because you felt you had a right to hold it. Like you've earned it. But in actuality, it ain't that way. You're a sinner. The person that made you mad, yeah, he's a sinner or she's a sinner too. What good are you doing knocking heads? Rather than making it right, because Jesus said, the greatest commandment is this: love God with everything you got, love people with everything you got. Not hate whenever you want to because they did you wrong. Because if anybody deserved to hate people, it'd be Jesus, and Jesus did not. He enjoyed it. The translation for that part of the verse is, why you mad, bro? Why you pouting? I know none of us have ever pouted. I know none of us have ever pouted. I just feel I have to say this, so I'm just going to go in the way. I'm just going to go say it. It's noticeable, and when you're pouting, it's because you haven't gotten your way. That's literally what Cain's about to do. Why are you mad, Cain? Why are you upset? If you do well, will you not be accepted? That is a promise I have given you. If you do well, I will protect you. I will bless you, Cain. But if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. It wants to rule over you, Cain. Don't let it. Try to see past the sin like God is trying to do here. God in this question is trying to weave out the sin. Weave out, why are you, that's the point of the pouting. Why are you upset? It's when, if Rachel was to look at me or a parent was to look at me and go, hey, why are you pouting? They're literally putting the sin going, look, it's not worth it. What's the reason? Are you upset for stupid reasons? Why are you pouting, Tyler? Why are you pouting? Get over it. A lot of the reason why we are angry is because we didn't get our way. Or somebody's treated us wrongly. And we think we have to get even. We live in a culture where it's not just stay mad, it's get even. And once we get even, and we forgive. We've done it. Whoever wronged me first, I will wrong equally. It's not a hierarchy. If they push me, I'm not going to push them off a bridge. I'm just going to push them. That way, I've not done anything wrong. I've just shown. I've seen this before. It translates to this: Tyler, I have just shown them the severity of their sin. You're an idiot. Jesus did not look at this and did not look at us and go, they sinned against you? Well, show them. How, God? How must I show them the sin is wrong? Do the same thing to them. It works great. They'll learn. There are reasons it's actually just to be angry. You can see this with Jesus flipping over the tables. It probably wasn't the biggest deal as we have made it. He probably wasn't going in there like an action movie, Sylvester Stallone, like punting like thieves and like drop kicking a goat over the wall and like taking coins and shoving it in somebody's face. Probably wasn't doing that. I've shown you this, the reason why there's a tower in the corner where Romans would sit, and if there was an uprising, they'd crush it just like that. It was real easy. So it probably wasn't as big a deal as we have made it, but it still was a sin. It still was wrong, and Jesus was making sure that it didn't happen anymore. So he did fashion a whip. He did make sure the animals were gone. He did flip over the coins. And then showing that when they asked him, what were you supposed to do with this money? Render to Caesar that which is Caesar's. Okay, well, Caesar's head is on the Caesar coin, so there you give the coin to Caesar. But render to God what is God's. Hey, here's the deal. You were made in what image? God's image. That's what he's going after there. Paul showed this with the Galatians. You can see in most of his letters. And being pretty nice in the beginning. Hey, thank you for what you're doing. Love your worship. Even when the dude was sleeping with his stepmom. He was even to that church going, hey, love what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. You still struggle with some things. Here's what. Galatians, he goes, what's up? I'm Paul. You guys are morons. You are not getting it. I cannot believe for a minute you would do this, that you would leave this gospel for this gospel. I cannot believe you would even do that. Here's how we return to that. That's being angry for the right reason. You can see God himself doing this. He really wants to blow up the Israelites. He's mad for them not listening and being the people of God that they're supposed to be. God doesn't want us to be angry if it's not for a good reason. Where there is love and there is anger, it does not mix. There's a difference between passion and anger. Learn that. Like somebody running my God through the ground, I will let you know how I feel about that. And I'm not going to say, hey, stop it. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know real quick. But there's a difference between, I can't believe you said that. What were you thinking? I'm going to destroy you. And this is how teenagers do it. I'm going to destroy you. Facebook, how are you feeling? I can't believe such and such did this. And you hide behind a computer screen to retaliate. Or you hide behind something that cannot track you. God giggles at that. Because you'll get to heaven and he'll tell you exactly what he saw. Second question. Why am I holding on to my anger? Cain had no reason to be angry with God. He was upset with God picking Abel's sacrifice over here. Because here's the deal. Cain just threw away some vegetables. Cain just threw away some vegetables. Abel came, brought the sacrifice, the best of the best, to his God. Cain said, well, here's what's left. A lot like what we've done, right? When we come here, we only bring God what's left of our week, what's left with our energy, what's left of our love, what's left of our passion. When some of us bring the first, it all, and lay it at his feet. So when God asks this question, why are you angry? Why are you pouting? I told you. If you do this, I'll accept you. If you don't, sin's crouching. God knew that. He even does this. Why'd you give me a brother? He had no reason to be angry with his brother. He was only doing and worshiping God the right way. God does two things when talking to Cain about his anger. Here it is. Loving leads to blessing, while anger leads to a dark path. Point number two, the dark path is enticing to you. I've said it before. Sin is fun. Sin's a blast. Anger always leads to bigger sins. You can see this with his anger leading to a murder. But here's the deal, and this just came to me. Anger usually leads to hate. Scriptures say, hate. If you harbor hate towards somebody, you have committed murder. We are guilty of the same exact sin, doing the same exact thing Cain did. And yet we look at Cain going, how dare he do that? What a sinner. And yet we do the same exact thing. We get angry for dumb reasons and we don't care. We can lose it on somebody. Why? Because we have the right. We've earned it. Jesus on the cross being mocked. Telling him, you are this God you talk of, just come on down. Just come on down. Or bring some angels down, and I'm sure they'll take you away. You'll be fine. Ripping his clothes, spitting on him, destroying his body, whipping it to smithereens, ripping out his beard, beating him to a bloody pulp, running railroad spikes through his hands. And we look at the world going, but they said this to me. Jesus, in this moment, showed love greater than anything imaginable. We're going to talk about this next Sunday morning. But in the garden, Jesus looks to the Father, seeing the cup of wrath full, spilling over, cannot be contained by a cup. And Jesus will say, if there is any other way to take this cup of wrath from me, please let it be done. But your will be done far before mine. And on the cross, he will take that cup, drink it completely, flip it over. It is finished. It is done. That's love. That's a passion that weaves through the sin, that fights for you and me. And yet we let the little things run through our hallways. I don't care if you have rumors spread about you. I don't care what people know you as. I don't care about your baggage. Take your baggage to God. Pick it up and bring it to Him. God does not look for a moment at you and see shame and dirty and unforsakenness but He looks at you with everything you are and have given, and the baggage and the sin, and He says, you are my child and I cherish you. I love you far greater. Even when I should be mad at you, I will never be mad at you. Why? Because you are my child. And like a father would look at his child, even when the child disobeys, a father will go, you must know what you have done wrong, but I still love you. I still care about you. Even though you've done what I've told you not to do over and over and over again. God the Father still comes to you and says, my child, come home. And we will fight this. God, I have sinned. I'm dirty. I'm ashamed. He says, no, you were never too dirty for me. I nailed it to the cross. You were clean. So please do not take love and anger and let it destroy you. I've seen anger destroy people. And why am I passionate about this? Because anger nearly took my life. Anger is what loaded a gun. Don't let anger destroy you. Because I've seen it happen. Because if there's a problem here with people, there's a problem here with God. It's your chance to make it right. If you've never put your faith in Jesus, now's the time. Because that feeling right there, we call Him the Holy Spirit. And He's talking to you.